lesson that we are going to present today is basically on financial literacy, because in EMS we've got three main topics. We've got economy, and we've got entrepreneurship, and then we've got financial literacy. But the focus of this lesson today is on financial literacy. In the financial literacy, we are going to focus on the accounting concepts. There are quite a number of concepts under financial literacy. Those concepts are liabilities, capital, expenses, budget, savings, and losses, and as well as the assets. But because we still going to deal with other concepts, today our focus is going to be on the assets. And assets, if we can try and explain the assets, assets are the possessions, and those possessions should be the valuable possessions. Those assets can either be owned by the individual or by the business. And those assets are categorized into two. We've got non-current assets, or sometimes they are called fixed assets. And then we've got current assets. So in trying to dissect these categories of assets, then we can say, when we say something is fixed, it means something, it's static, it's not moving. And then when we say something, when we also try to dissect the current, then current means now, or the present situation, or the present period. So therefore, in trying to contextualize fixed assets or non-current assets and current assets in the context of the subject economic and management sciences, we're saying current assets are those assets that have got a short lifespan. And then whilst the fixed or the non-current assets are those assets that have got a long lifespan. Like, for an example, land and building, the vehicle in the context of the business, or also in the context of an asset that is owned by an individual. And then those assets can be converted into cash after a number of periods, or within a longer period of time. On the other hand, the current assets, those are the assets that have got a short lifespan, which means in the context of a business, those assets can be converted into cash within a short space of time. Like in the case of the business, the current assets can be the stock. You can sell stock, and that stock can be converted into cash within a short space of time. Hence, we are saying they are current assets, and they've got a short lifespan. So that's how we actually try to explain the asset. But we can as well try to explain what we mean by financial literacy as well, because these accounting concepts, they fall under the main topic, that is financial literacy. And then we can dissect financial literacy into two ways, which is finance. Finance is something that has to do with money. And then literacy, the literal meaning of literacy means when a person is able to read and write. So therefore, in the context of EMS, or economic and management sciences, financial literacy means when the person is knowledgeable about money, or when the person is knowledgeable about finances. So those are, that is how we actually understand. And therefore, these current assets and non-current assets or fixed assets, those are the concepts in the context of the financial literacy main topic in EMS. So in conclusion, therefore, we have discussed in our lesson 1, financial literacy as the main topic, then accounting concepts. And accounting concepts that we focus on earlier on, it's non-current assets or fixed assets. And then we've got current assets. And then we said current assets are those assets that have got a short lifespan, and then fixed or non-current assets are those assets that have got a long lifespan, which means they are durable or they last quite, a longer period of time. They can be converted into cash over a number of years, maybe a year or 2 years or more. But in the case of the current assets, those are the assets that can be converted into cash within a short space of time, like stock or the money in the bank. You can use it to buy something else. So it's something that you can deal with it within a short space of time. Hence, those are the assets. And for today, we'll just have to focus on those topics, on those concepts, without necessarily saying those are the only concepts in EMS, because we've got other financial concepts as well, or accounting concepts as well. Then we are leaving those ones for the next lesson. And I thank you.